And he will be in there working on his footwork on defense and putting up shots. He's one of the hardest workers on this team, and Coach said based on his work ethic alone.
Is the part that Coach talks about. You can't measure the heart, and they want to have guys that play with an abundance of it. And they've started out just like Coach Smith teams like to start, and Byron Smith teams known for how hard they're going to play and compete.
A three-pointer by Nick Anderson. He has come in as a transfer from D3.
Very well in stretches. Coach Enfield really wants them to play 40 minutes of playing hard and playing together, playing the right way. And they haven't quite put that together yet, but they're much closer after being able to evaluate the film from that one.
B.J. Edwards on the lob, able to convert, and back the other way, Orlando Horton Jr.
Yeah, three-point shooting, as you've already seen from Prairie View, and free throw shooting must get to the line. They have to have rebounding urgency. They're down 18 in their 2 Division I games on the glass. And then SMU, got to play for the big picture. It's about them. It's not about Prairie View in this game. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a team in Prairie View that made 15 threes of 29 in their last game. Absolutely on fire from three. A dangerous team from long range, and you see another one go down.
An open three by Gorenner in the corner, doesn't go, but the rebound tipped right back to him, and he hits the leader to bet Gorenner. One of the fastest paced offensive teams in the country, in fact, the fastest through the first 4 games. Knocked away, but right to Matt Cross. And Cross lays it in for SMU. Very good two-way player, the transfer from UMass. Lob inside, and 2 players thought it was for them. Ambrose Hilton comes down with it, hits Chuck Harris. He's been outstanding from 3 lately, and he knocks down another triple.
By Enfield, here you see the unselfishness from the extra effort. The dagger from 3 from downtown. Irvin Davis.
Long 3 by Horton around and out.
Yeah, rest in peace to Coach Davis. And Clemson transfer had 22 points last game. Definitely another talented player who can score on this Prairie View roster.
Ambrose Hilton pulling the trigger on the 3.
Great defender, high motor, high energy, rebounder, but him stretching to the 3 is another added weapon for this SMU squad.
Man, makes them so long at times as Chauncey Gibson. And the way this roster has been built, the commitment is obvious from everybody around the SMU program. Chuck Harris, 2 for 2 from outside.
Yeah, these young men are different now. It's a different time, but they still need the same fundamentals, like making threes, like that young man can do right there.
Nick Anderson, 27-point game in the opener, 20 against DePaul, 16 against DYW. He's already got 8 today. Gorner comes back with a 3 the other way to answer for SMU.
Trejo, I think one of the calls from the bench is playing with more force at the rim. Make that a confrontation at the rim where you go up to dunk it, make them have to block it, and great shot there by Gibson.
Deep 2 for Chauncey Gibson. Harris fires back with a 3. Trey for Trey. And Harris to run the point again. He's got 9 on 3 triples. Harris poked away out front. Jordan Tillman with the steal. The transfer from Southern Indiana lays it home.
Yeah, great take on that one.
A package of really nice highlights. Samet Yukatolu inside. Great finish by Cross, but
second time SMU's connected on that high-low pass.
SMU up by a nice margin, but Chauncey Gibson has come to play, looking to make a name for himself in his hometown.
We talked about how well this team can shoot it from 3. Speaking of shooting it, a big fella.
Long rebound to Boopy Miller, SMU's leading scorer. He's back in. Cross pulls it from the U and hits Matt Cross. When we return, everybody has come to play for the Mustangs, who lead it by 7. There is depth up and down the lineup.
Yeah, depth everywhere. And speaking of, shout out to the staff and what they've been able to do in the recruiting class. A top filled with talent, including a couple local products, including Jermaine O'Neal, former NBA player's son.
Traore knocks down a Trey. That is 8 threes. SMU's shot is back in a big way.
It's a variety of different players from guards to forwards. And big-time defensive stop there. And this is the part of SMU. Can they continue to be gritty on the defensive end? Can their defense lead to offense? We know they can score in bunches. Can they continue to string together those stops?
Oh, Petway takes it past. But Pretty dang good. Best in the country. Throwaway here. Boopy Miller has the steal in a 2-on-1. Miller controls it. Igatolu is there for the follow dunk. A turnover by SMU. In the game for the first time, Braylon Bush. And the transfer rips it around to Anderson. His three off the mark. Oquendo running the floor. Edwards stepping through on the Euro. And Traore is there for the follow lay-in.
Good leading rebounder, getting another second chance point. Prairie View pushing it themselves, giving a taste of their own medicine.
Rebound brought out by Nick Anderson, who already has 8. Prairie View led by Gibson with his 10. Good job to run the baseline, kick it out to Petway, who lays down a 3. We're going to pick up one of those big upset victories. Why not in Dallas on Monday night? Floater goes for Nick Anderson. He becomes the 3rd Prairie View Panther, makes it a 1-point game. It is a 10-0 run over the last minute and a half. Boopy Miller, though, the natural-born scorer, stays in the zone. Good extra pass to the corner. Anderson keeps the pivot foot on the ground, leans in, just misses. Ambrose Hilton secures it. Out to Harris, running the break. Doubled. Cross, left open from the wing, rolls down.
He is going to be a huge part of when they get into more meaningful, like size, like power conference opponent teams. Prairie View really doesn't have any daylight.
Miller backs his way in. He is blocked, but Harris comes up with the rebound. Can't stick it back in. Rebound fought for. Horton has it. Up to Petway, flying from the hip. What control for 2. SMU extends their lead out to 6. Twisting into the lane, but missing the backhanded lay-in. Anderson. SMU wants to go 4-on-3. Goriner for 2 off the assist by Harris.
Your depth in games like this to be able to get confidence in games to play this group together. And boy, are they playing with that kind of play hard for 40 minutes mentality. They are definitely hooping and getting it done.
Chuck Harris right now at the point guard spot, lobs it, and Colbert pays dividends. And that is already the 14th foul on Prairie View early in the second half. Gets it back from Cross. 10 to shoot for SMU. This is a long possession by their standards. But Ambrose Hilton slips, and Colbert lays it in.
Love the ball movement, the player movement.
Playing a couple Power 4 programs over the weekend at the Brienne January Classic at Arizona State. Harris in the post goes after his own rebound.
Yeah, to show that they can be bigs. All bigs want to show they can be guards. I see you out there, Harris.
Lofting the 3 off the mark. Panthers get the long rebound off of it, and a scoop to the hoop by Jordan Tillman, who has had his moments.
But then they allow maybe guys to get away or girls to get away with it. And there you see a great back screen execution.
Has a lot of experience and just a serious guy. Byron Smith says he is no nonsense. Kind of like Matt Cross turning to the bucket.
The headband. Did you have a headband back in the day? What's going on here?
Yeah, I did. In junior high basketball in 8th grade, I had the headband, and it did not help. Boopy Miller ahead of the pack to lay one in.
Again, buying into the message of playing hard for the full 40 minutes, and that's part of what you see with that second group coming in and establishing themselves. Is
smallest player on the floor, Braylon Bush, steals it away for the bucket. Edwards set up for 3, reposts it to Igatolu. Good rip-through move on the spin for 2.
As he inches a little bit closer to that first double-double.
SMU has the 20-point lead. Boopy Miller, good body control, rolls it off the rim, glass it in. On the take, Oquendo ends up on the ground, but a great job by Cross to keep it alive. Google this guy, Boopy Miller. Or DuckDuckGo or whatever. I don't care. Righty leaner rolls home for Braylon Bush.
What was your Google me moment when you said it to somebody, when they questioned who you were and you're just like, Google me?
I've never said that to anyone.
I don't believe you.
Miller with 11 points.
Chicago toughness, Chi-Town stand up.
Corner 3 by Oquendo, and Cario Oquendo.
And another guy who can really score, averaged 15 a game at Georgia in the SEC. Been to the NCAA tournament with Oregon. Oquendo had a high-flying dunk in the very first game, and there we go with another one. This time it's Traore off the dime from Miller as it's Miller time some more to steal and gets the bucket. Come on, John. It's just infectious, so unselfish. These are the type of plays that they want more of from him.
Of his career over the course of now 99 career games. Corner three by Braylon Bush, and he fills it up. That is for Prairie View, they were 0 of 8.
And Orlando Horton's hobbling. He's struggling, but what a great pass. Drew 3 defenders. And the and one right there, another assist. Again, the ball movement, again, just speaks to exactly the player.
For Prairie View A&M, he's showing up 9 points. Here's George. Out to the corner. Harris left alone, and you can't give him that much room. That's 11 and 9 for the big man from Turkey. George, that's a 3. Bombs away for A.J. George and the Mustangs.
I just think the big thing for SMU is how do you continue to play with the depth and keep everybody understanding. As long as we as a collective do what we're supposed to, like that right there, the diving dish from the big man. You're in a one-bid league. You're still playing for a championship. You're just trying to find your identity and then fine-tune some of those details along the way, and also, again, build that chemistry. So he's got an undefeated record with the Globetrotters.
Hey, again, that is a fantastic note. That is an interesting note. You can never have too much shooting. That's what I've learned. Edwards backs his way in for SMU and hits a baby hook. That's second bucket for BJ.
And I think that tone was set. Doesn't matter who you are. I want guys that are going to play hard. We have enough talent. Do what I'm asking or come sit on this bench and hang out with me.
Can I call myself an analyst now since you asked me a question and I answered it?
I mean, why not?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're a jack of all trades.
And add that to my resume. Ambrose Hilton getting filthy inside. An NFL player would wear.
I don't know where we're going here. Where are we going?
I used to wear them in basketball games because I was a nerd. 110-69, the final score. The SMU Mustangs power their way past Prairie View A&M.